Now, the general rules that we've been looking at don't always work. The general rules are just that. They're general. So we're going to go one step further. What we know now, once you identify an element as being a metal or a non-metal, you know whether it's going to form a cation or an anion, whether it's going to be positively charged or negatively charged. Notice transition elements such as iron falls in this range of the periodic table between 3 and 12. So, and if I asked you what charge does the periodic table predict for iron, the answer is it doesn't predict a charge. It predicts that iron should make more than one charge. So we don't know what charge that iron is going to be. The same way, if I give you a main group element such as sodium, then you can predict the charge. Well, those are the general rules. There are exceptions. These were the first two exceptions. Zinc and silver are transition metals, but you know that zinc always makes a positive 2 and silver always makes a positive 1 charge when they form ions. There are exceptions the other way. So these 5 exceptions are for the main group elements that do not follow the general rules. These 5 are all found at the bottom of the periodic table, and they all touch each other in this area right there. So these 5 elements are all main group elements. For example, thallium will be found right underneath indium on the periodic table. So when you first are learning the general rules, you would say thallium. First question, is it a metal or a non-metal? So it's on the left side of the staircase, which makes it a metal. It's main group or transition, and being in group 13, that makes it a main group element. So you would predict that thallium should make a positive 3 charge, which it does. However, thallium also makes a positive 1 cation, which we could not predict just from the periodic table. Right next to thallium on the periodic table, if you keep moving left, you'll see lead, and above lead is tin. Both of those elements are found in group 14. So thallium, remember, was in group 13. Then we have group 14 and group 15. Tin and lead are both main group elements. They're on the metal side. And being group 14, we would predict that lead should be a positive 4 and tin should be a positive 4. Well, it turns out that it also exists, each of those also form ions that have a positive 2 charge. And then the last 2 exceptions, right next to lead is bismuth, and above bismuth is antimony. Again, main group metal, group 15, so we would predict a positive 5 for each. However, they also have a stable positive 3 ion. So the exceptions are not that bad if you remember they're all touching each other. They're all down at the bottom of the periodic table, so you can find them easier. And notice we have the predicted charge, and then the other charge is always predicted -2. So thallium would be a positive 3 or a positive 1. Lead, positive 4 or positive 2, and so on.